Hey guys, it's Blair, the Love Guru from loveguru.net, thealiennetwork.com, and horsehealer.net. I have some very exciting news. The second book the second Alien book is coming out very soon. It's my How Aliens Put Me Into Power series, the second installment. This is the first one. The first one's called The Reconnection. It's the story how I met Zeke, that's Zeke, my star brother. So that first book is like how we met. It goes over a lot of stuff, like how to time travel, how to manifest, clearing anxieties and fears you have, how to do your mission in the world, how to prepare yourself for your mission, because it's not just about doing it, you have to actually prepare for it. And it's a book specifically for us Indigo warriors. Zeke, well, this book is a manual for living for Indigo warriors. So I'll just read the first paragraph here. I'm reading the back cover, by the way, of the first book. Indigos are sensitive, curious, fiery, rebellious, activist beings who are frequently misunderstood and called weird. They have psychic and healing gifts, tend to be loners, and never quite feel like they fit in or belong. Indigos have a big mission on Earth. They are here to bring light to the dark and tear down the corrupt systems that currently occupy our world. Then they are to rise as leaders of the new Earth who lead in truth, honesty, integrity, and for the good of all. Oh my God, how appropriate is that for this time, this period in time? I have been teaching this stuff, for lifetimes, but in this current lifetime, it became activated in me in, what was it? I think it was 2014. I was going to say 2012, but I think it was 2014. And whenever the Batman, what's that guy's name? The Batman Massacre movie shooting thing happened in Aurora, Colorado. That activated me, and then what really activated me was the Trayvon Zimmerman trial. And I think I talk about that in this book. I know I talk about it in Warrior Training, which is going to be re-released. I'm not sure what I'm doing with that. I think I'm turning that into a book rather than an online program. Just a little side note. But this book, this first one, so P.S., if you have not gotten and read the first installment, I suggest you go do that now so that you can get the activations and the initiations and the healing from these books, and then you can step right into the second book, which is called How Aliens Put Me Into Power, the second installment, the in-between time. So the second book is about manifesting what you desire, how you go from point A to say point Z or Z from my friends across the pond or Canada. How you go from point A to Z, and what do you do with that in-between time? What do you do with that in-between time in the physical? How do you handle that? And how do you prepare for it mentally and emotionally? And the second book is also, the in-between time is also a lot about time travel that I was doing during that time to lay out what was coming for me. These books are amazing. And I feel so honored and grateful to be bringing through these teachings, to have reconnected with Zeke, my star brother, because our star family, these aliens, these star beings are our true family, okay? And then we come down here, us Indigo warriors, we come down here and we have issues, usually with our family members, and it's like you're not really feeling like you belong. Well, you're not. You're just planted here, and you have to do the internal healing work. The stuff I always say, healing your mental, emotional, and childhood wounds and all the ways you've been programmed. That's how you become a powerful warrior in this world and for this world. And you're needed now, and it's time to step up and start doing your mission. But before you need to do it again, you need to prepare yourself. And these books prepare you for it, for doing your mission. It contains loads of healing work, shifts for you, like I said, initiations and activations. I'm not just saying that spiritual mumbo jumbo. They actually mean something. If you don't know what that is, I define it in these books. But it's also like you're reading a beautiful story. Like you're seeing how I experienced, like, all of a sudden this star being was in my bedroom. And seriously, that's mind blowing. So I had to go through I had to clear a lot of my fears around that. You know, I was never into this alien stuff. I thought those people were weird. I just never thought about it, you know, but then it just happened. Like, it was never a wish of mine, at least not a conscious one. So that's the first book. I'm getting excited. I'm very excited for the second book. I've been rereading the material, sitting with it. It's so appropriate. Again, Zeke talks about a lot of what's going on in the world now, the whole con and like everything afterwards. I mean, the book, you can read the book from front to back, which I suggest that you do the first time around, because then, so there's a couple different ways you could read these books, okay? And this is how I would suggest it. The first time you read the book, enjoy the story, and journal through it. So you get the healings and you start healing your stuff. You know, this is my story, but the books are about you. The books are about you activating, you stepping up to being the leader that you are in this world. You know, you being part of this new world, us creating this new world together. You know, forget all the, can I say it on here? Forget all the conspiracy shit and start moving into creating this new world with me, because the world needs warriors just like you and me, but who are healed, okay? And that is a key part that a lot of people are not at the place where they need to be. It's kind of a judgmental thing to say, but like, let's just say this. Zeke and I will help you fast pace this journey, all right? And it's needed now, okay? So what else do I want to say? Is there any last words for this video? Watch this space. I'm going to start releasing some videos or audios, just sharing some excerpts of the book. I'm really excited for it. It's, you know, if I was thinking about this because I'm starting on book 3 to edit, and I have to find a new editor for that. But I started reading over the material, and it's so overwhelming because these books is a 5-part series. Each of the books is like anywhere from 300 to 500 pages. It really can't and shouldn't be edited down at all because it's all conversations that I had with Zeke, and every single conversation is filled with just golden nuggets of like spiritual teachings and healings. Oh, that's what I was going to share. Got a little sidetracked. So this is the way I suggest you read the books. Go through, read the book, and enjoy the story and get whatever healings and activations that it gives you. If you want to take that a level higher, go through the books with your journal and journal about what's coming up for you, what's being triggered, intuitions that you're having, visions that you're having, desires that you're having, and journal about that. And then you can go back over these books. Like, these books are, should we say, the new Bible? Oh my God, how sacrilegious. How could you say that, Blair? Yeah, because all these old texts in our world, our fake world, our matrix world, they're garbage. They have so many falsities in them. So now I'm doing my part in populating the new earth or the new world, again, whatever you want to call it, who cares, semantics. I'm busy populating it with text filled with truth, 100% truth, untapered, untailored, unmessed with, unfucked with, okay? And because all these old books are going to just be put in the garbage because they're too confusing and they're not right. They're wrong. There's misinformation in there. So the way that I use these books now is like, I will sit down and I will just flip through the book and I'll just say, okay, well, I just start reading something and I was like, holy shit, it happens every single time. Holy shit, that's so appropriate to what I'm going through now, and here's some guidance. You know, if I didn't go through this experience myself, I would have wanted the experience that like I hear myself talking about. Like, that's number one. I would have so wanted that experience too. And it's like, it's almost like unbelievable that like this was my life. So like, I'm having the experience of like having gone through it the first time. And then when I come back to these text years later, because they're all released at a certain timing. You know, if it was up to Blair would just like release them all. Well, maybe not, because it's a lot of work. It's very overwhelming. But like, I didn't want to wait. Like this book number 2 was finished edited in 2020, but the timing wasn't right. I couldn't find the right designer to do the cover, and therefore it wasn't released. It was like a soft release that the PDF was just shared, but it's not like, now we're having like the full release. So I'm going back and I'm having the experience, like observing it and seeing it from like an outside perspective. And I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I went through that experience. Like, this is like incredible, you know, but these alien experiences are going to become more and more common. So how are they going to become more common? You have to do your inner work. Okay. Otherwise you hear stories on how people connect with dark aliens and they get abducted and I don't know, crazy shit stories. You know, story's not about this. I was at a certain level of healing. I wasn't perfect. I'm still not perfect. I'm still on my healing journey. This is my life. This is going to be your life if it's not already. The healing, constant healing. Because the idea is like, it's so intoxicating getting to higher levels of consciousness. There's no limit to it. I'll stop there. I know I shared a lot. So go get the first book. Start on that now so that you can start on the journey of reading the second book. And then hopefully the third one's going to come out soon too. Yay. I'm so happy the energy is moving, that the timing is right. And also, I kind of like, I don't know if I really fully shared my thought. Zeke shares a lot about COVID, about that whole time. Okay. In that first book, he was talking about it in 2014. Wow. Mind blowing. All right. TheAlienNetwork.com. Bye-bye.